I want to talk about the Supporters Shield race. I think now that the transfer window is officially over, not officially over, but I would say it's pretty much over. I think all the players that are going to come to MLS have come already. Obviously, you have the likes of Drew and Marco Royce and a plethora of other younger, talented players that come in. But it looks like as the standings are right now, it's a 6-team race for the Supporter Shields, with the order being Inter Miami. Let me get the exact points on here before I go forward. All right, so we have Inter Miami at 59 points. We have LA Galaxy at 52 points. FC Cincinnati at 51 points. Columbus Crew 49. LAFC 48. And Real Salt Lake 47. And I'll probably end it there because I don't think anybody else will really compete for the spot after that. And even RSL is kind of a stretch. Really, I'd probably drop RSL. I'd say it's really a 5-team race. Pretty much Inter, LA, both LAs, and then Cincinnati and Columbus. So I'll pass it over to you first, Adam. As this, who do you like coming out of the Supporter Shield race this year? Who's going to lift that trophy that no one cares about?
I think it's pretty obvious at this point that
love that, Julian.
with Messi coming back and how well Inter Miami have performed without Messi, I think you'd be dumb to not pick them. That was the key when he was injured. I was like, how will they survive? And having Suarez has definitely helped because that has saved their ass. But who do I think is in the race? I'm going to say I really don't see instead of it being like maybe a 4 or 5 horse race, I honestly only seeing it being like a 2, maybe 3. I see Inter and Cincinnati for sure being in that. And on the West, LA, I don't really see LAFC or RSL doing it. LAFC could, but I don't know. I just think there's just too much ground to catch, and MLS is still MLS. You know, you could be as good as you want. You're not gonna have a 20-game win streak.
Yeah.
And just so the audio listeners know, Inter Miami has 27 games played. LAFC has 28 games played. Cincinnati has 27, and then the Crew and LAFC have 26 games played. So they're Galaxy. 2 games behind the Galaxy.
You said LAFC in the beginning.
My bad. LA Galaxy has 28 games played. LAFC is 26, and so is the Columbus Crew is 26. So LAFC has 2 games in hand, and they're only 4 points behind the Galaxy. So, I will say I think this is Inter Miami's in the bag. I was with you. I didn't think with Messi playing in the Copa America, with the odds of him going to get hurt, because it seems like now at this stage of his career, he's just constantly hurt. You're not going to get a season without him being hurt. I thought, man, I don't know. I think Miami's definitely going to be a playoff team, potentially have home field advantage. I did not see them winning the Supporters Shield race. I didn't think they had the depth to do so, but it's shown that depth is actually playing a little better than we anticipated. I thought Matias Rojas ended up being a lot better than expected. Suarez is playing like Suarez, man. Dude's scoring goals left and right, playing really well.
Diego Gomez has woken up and turned into a talent that is a star. Like we said he's probably on the way to Europe, and all he needed to do was just settle in and calm down because he was just playing nervous, and he's got that transfer. He'll be going to play for Brighton in the Premier League. So we got a Premier League star.
Yeah, I mean, and then considering you added, oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on his name? The young CDM Inter Miami got, dad played at Real Madrid. Why am I drawing a blank? Why am I losing this?
Sergio Busquets now playing.
No, not Busquets.
I'm losing it too.
Busquets was playing really well. Jordi Alba was playing well. The back line is where it's really struggled. Like Inter Miami's back line has been a rotating circus left and right. But Look, man, they've been playing well. They've been creating chances. They've been scoring goals left and right, and it's honestly surprised me a ton. Like I'm genuinely shocked to see them in this position, and they have a game in hand on the LA Galaxy, and they're 7 points ahead. So super shocked. I will say though, with Messi coming back, that gives me a little bit more assurance that they're going to continue to like push forward and still get first place to stay in the first place. But like you said, it is MLS. Anything can happen. And I think Columbus Crew is really ramping up and starting to play really well. And they could catch up. I mean, they're only 8 points behind. So, oh no, my bad. They are 10 points behind with a game in hand. So it's possible, I will say. And then LAFC is starting to play really well. Now, Galaxy's good, dude. The Galaxy, and I called it in the beginning of the season, the Galaxy is really good. It's a shame that we got that matchup against the Galaxy the first week of MLS.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see that game like now or like a week later. But Will, who do you like in the Supporters Shield race?
Man, you guys know this is your guys' race to lose, boys. Listen, if Inter Miami, looking at it right now in the standings, you guys have 59 points. Galaxy have 52 points. If I'm not wrong, the season ends October, right? Regular season?
Yeah. I mean, there's only 6 games? There's 34 games. Like so
right. So it's coming down to the nit. You know, this is getting to the bones, the nitty-gritty.
About 7 to 6 games left, depending on the team.
Right, exactly. Now, regarding if you guys have to play LAFC 4 times, and LA Galaxy 3 times, then I would be like, yeah, you guys might lose it. Other than that, this is something for you guys just to clinch up and win it. Now, another team, like you said, I just would not sleep on the Columbus Crew. They got a U.S. Open Cup final coming up. Or no, I'm lying. No,
I was going to say, that's still a thing.
LAFC has a cup final coming up.
He does. They got a cup final coming up. So that, yeah. And I think it's against them, isn't it?
Yeah, no. It's LAFC versus Sporting KC is the cup final. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So that's the thing, though. I think LAFC's mindset is going to be a little bit more concentrated on that. I think they're going to be focused on that, obviously, kind of gearing up for playoffs. I don't think they're too worried about the Supporters Shield. Yeah, listen, guys, this is for you all to win. I think obviously the talent, and Julian even said it earlier before it all started, that was going to be kind of the issue. But I think Inter Miami's being able to prove that, listen, you guys are some dogs, man. And I think realistically, if Inter Miami, I still hold myself to it. That Monterrey game happened, whatever happened in Monterrey. I don't know if Noah Allen and Tata Martino said we're going to smoke shrooms before the game. And if Diego Gomez said, I want to take a weed pen. I don't know what happened before that game.
And then we're going to rip up the field like an hour before.
We're just going to rip this sucker up, dude. And Tata said, listen, I'm not going to make any subs because I hate everybody on the bench. I don't know what happened. And Drake Callender said, listen, I'm just going to Brandon Vasquez and me are best friends, so I'm going to let this go by me. Whatever happened. I still believe that Inter Miami can compete with teams outside of the MLS. So for that reason, I feel like they can be able to translate and continue what they've done. It's been a great season. You guys are obviously making the playoffs. If I'm not wrong, you guys are leading the Eastern Conference still, if I'm not incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, they're in Supporters Shield race, so.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, so listen, scrum it up, get that first seed. I think it's something for y'all to finish off. Like I said, be careful. Columbus Crew, they're a sneaky team. Obviously, I don't think they're going to lose many games at the end of the season, but neither will y'all. So,
it's crazy too. I'm looking at the goal differential. Columbus Crew and Inter Miami are racking up the goal differential. Yeah. Miami has 22 plus goal differential, and then Columbus Crew has 24. The next below that is Cincinnati with 12. So there's about half. And also another reason why I hate this expanded playoff format, you have a DC United and Toronto FC with a minus 13 goal differential and a minus.
They're bad teams. They should not be.
Why are we letting these teams in the playoffs? They're 10-3 and 15. You have 15 losses. You shouldn't be in the playoffs. Absolutely asinine.
8 and 12
blows my mind.
So bad. Yeah, it's
asinine. But that's a discussion for another day.
Indeed.
But I will say in this Supporter Shield race, it seems like all these teams are going to make CONCACAF Champions Cup, which excites me because these are all teams I expect to also be very good next year. So the only one that could potentially drop off, but I don't really see them, is Cincinnati. But we'll see. But LA Galaxy is going to be really fun to watch in the CCC. Columbus Crew, as always, is going to be really fun to watch. Unless Cucho leaves, then they might have a drop off. But it doesn't seem like he's going to leave. He's going to at least play up to the summer of next year. That's what it seems. Who knows what's going to happen in the winter? But then you're getting LAFC back in there. So it's going to be some pretty competitive teams in the Champions Cup. So really interested to see that. Versus last year, man, the teams that made the Champions Cup were just ass. Like they're like, how did they get? Like, how did New England get in there? Like, I don't like who let you guys in. Like, I don't understand. Then again, they beat Alajuelense like 7-0. So who knows? That was random.